there are two drivers we might have to just bring up every week at this point. Brad finally got a decent finish, but he still finds himself 30th in points. But Ty Gibbs finds himself just 9 points ahead of Cole Custer in 34th place. Do you see either of those two rising up the ranks anytime soon?
I red flag for both. I mean, obviously they are not living up to expectations whatsoever. Like I thought RFK, they'd be like a championship threat, like all three cars at the beginning of the year. But they, I mean, with Brad, it's just not been working out. But the thing with Ty Gibbs, though, like I had high expectations for him, though. Like I said at the beginning of the year, this is the year where he's finally going to reach victory lane. I mean, we've seen flashes of him a season ago where he was putting together top 5 finishes, had great qualifying efforts. But since the end of last year, it's just been an absolute disaster for Ty Gibbs. And he's not living up to my expectations, like I said. And I don't see him getting to victory lane anytime soon.
I can sum up the Ty Gibbs fact that he is only 9 points ahead of Cole Custer. Enough said. He's driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, and he's
22 ahead of Jimmy Johnson.
And Jimmy raced one race?
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand it, because if you remember, I bought in. And I was like, okay. And then at the beginning of the year, just something wasn't clicking right. And I realized, like, talent-wise, he is easily the 4th best driver on that team.
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe jumped him in the totem pole. Christopher Bell is clearly the best driver.
Well, he was behind Truex anyways.
Correct. But I thought he was catching Truex, if I was going to be honest with you.
Truex was falling behind. I don't know that Gibbs was catching Truex per se. You got to know Gibbs is probably getting the best equipment, though, regardless.
Well,
Bell's probably getting the best.
Yeah.
But I would say Denny and Gibbs are and Briscoe's probably getting the worst equipment out of them all. I would say, because you just got to understand, when your grandson's driving, case in point RCR, he gets your good stuff. He gets the favoritism, and that's just how it works in NASCAR.
And to last sum it up, the other silver spoon is 71 points. If you want to be a silver spoon and you want to finish below the silver spoon,
this is actually Silver Spoon Road down here. Austin Dillon 32nd, Ty Gibbs 34th, and Cole Custer 35th.
Yeah, man, I wish my
Ty Dillon is ahead of him in points by a mile.
Oh wow,
what the hell? This is weird. Riley Herbst too.
If we talked about it before, Colton, but if any other driver on the planet was where Ty Gibbs was, he would be getting fired at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So
and he's still got another 20 years out of him.
I don't know how NASCAR works with the mindset. Maybe they brought him up a little bit too soon.
Oh,
would it damage him if they sent him back down to Xfinity?
Joe Gibbs won't do it. He just won't. He'll let him rot in the Cup Series, I feel like. To me, I could be wrong, but it's not like a situation where Cole Custer is just the son of an executive at the team.
Yeah.
Ty Gibbs is the direct grandson of Joe Gibbs. So, I mean, he can just run 34th all year, and he's got a ride for 20 years. I think. I hope Joe proves me wrong, because it's sad and it's ridiculous that this guy gets a Cup Series ride while there's plenty of more talented, more deserving. And I think he's got talent in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I just don't know where it went. And I saw a tweet, and it's a fair point. Like, this is what happens when you get the benefit of the doubt everywhere you go. You get the best equipment in the Xfinity Series. You still won 8 races. There's drivers that could have that equipment and not win 8 races. So I can't say that he doesn't have talent, but it's like when you are just hand-fed, hand-given everything your entire life, which Ty Gibbs has been. This is not a Dale Jr. situation where it took Dale Earnhardt's team telling him, hey, this kid's good. You need to put him on your team to get him to actually bring Junior on. And it's not that situation. And Junior was benefited because of that. And I feel like it needs to be kind of said more often. Chase Elliott is another guy that, yes, Bill Elliott's name got him places, but he still took his time, worked his way through the ranks, and no, he's not winning races anymore for God knows why, but he's still a hell of a driver that's fifth in points right now.
Yeah.
And I'll wrap it up with this. If they were to send him back down, would they just call up Brandon Jones, you think?
Hell
that would
no.
be
Absolutely
that would be
not.
a bad idea.
That is that's Ty Gibbs, but worse.
Okay.
That's Ty Gibbs without any show of talent his entire career.
Okay. Could you do maybe
You could slide over John Nemechek. Heaven forbid you bring Eric Jones back on the team. You could slide somebody from Legacy, I feel like. Okay. Or you could bring up, I don't think anybody in Xfinity really strikes me as ready for the Cup Series anyway.
Yeah. Could you bring up Eric Amarillo for a year?
I don't think he wants to. I think he's wanting to spend time with family, kind of like Carl.
Yeah.
Could, let's say, Justin Haley and Rodney Childers get the 48 that they're kind of lined up for, except Alex Bowman's looking really great this year. So I think if he keeps up what he's doing right now, it'd be hard for Hendrick to kick him out. I mean, if he kept Mark Martin at the age of 50 over Brad Keselowski just because he won a race, I feel like he should be able to keep Alex Bowman here, but maybe times have changed. But if Alex Bowman were to be kicked out, and let's say they put Ty Gibbs down, why would you not bring him in? I mean, he is 4 top 5s in the start of the season, and maybe he'll go through that summer slump like he usually does, but I still think he would be probably the hottest guy on free agency that we know of to this point. We went way over on that, but it was a conversation we very much needed to have.